Yeah, I think all of us are putting on a brave face. It's been a really tough 48 hours. I think we've gone from a high of thinking not only would Keely break the world record, our stats have been proven really well over the last few years, and we always track Keely's progression. The last 3 weeks has gone really, really well. She's just really, really moved forward with momentum, and I think we thought she was going to smash it. Potentially even get underneath 155. But I guess when you're pushing your body so much, your body sometimes fights back. And she just did an amazing training session, and then just during some strides after the session, she just felt something. And then we thought it was progressing not good during that day, and she had a scan, and yeah, the results yesterday showed that she's obviously out of the Keely Klassic, which is gutting because we've very much had the 15th of February a date in our mind for the last 3 months.
And even though she has had the injury, the fact that she has been in that shape, looking ahead long term to the outdoor season, you guys must be thinking, okay, that's an amazing foundation to go off.
Yeah, and we've been talking about the positives, and I've been saying to Keely, look, we're only 2 days away from being in world record shape. So when this injury, has ran its course, whether we've just been given a very rough 3 to 6 weeks estimate. So whether it's 3 weeks, whether it's 6 weeks, we've only been 3 weeks or 6 weeks away from being in this shape. And it definitely allows us now to not have to rush, just get through our next phase of training, which unfortunately, instead of hitting the track and getting records and winning medals, it will be a rebuild, which we would have done post the indoor season. And then it just really allows us to navigate our way towards Tokyo in September and hopefully see those 153 figures on the clock.
And for Keely to be in that kind of shape, I think you kind of mentioned earlier that, maybe a month, 2 months ago, that there was still quite a while to get to that point. The fact that she kind of got to that point in the end, I mean, shows to you that actually she has the ability to get to the next level and the level above that.
It does, and obviously she won the BBC Sports Personality of the Year in December, which was amazing. But training was definitely not on track at that point for the 15th of February and to run the world record figures. So she loved that evening. But, straight away, there was no celebrations after that event. It was back to training the next day because we've all had this focus of the 15th of February. She felt a need, a massive desire to be in world record shape. So it does show us, it's a cliche sometimes, trust the process, but we really do trust our process. We know what it takes, we know how Keely ticks, and it does make us feel really positive that she's never been in this shape at this time of the year. So that can only bode well for the outdoor season.
And more generally, how was South Africa? And, we've seen the likes of Georgia obviously come back and win the Wanamaker mile. It seems that a lot of the athletes that you guys have had there have made a big impact very quickly. How was South Africa generally, and how did it go?
Yeah, great. We always say you don't get rewarded on training camp there and then. So there's a lot of athletes, they're not liking the times that we're calling out from the stopwatch. But, it's just a case of just getting through that camp. We work hard. It's a tough month that we have out there. But then we generally return and then we come on the indoor track and the times on the stopwatch are then good. So it's what that camp has given you off the back of that hard work. We start freshening up, the sessions become lighter in volume and the times on the stopwatch are pleasable. So yeah, Georgia started great. We've had Sarah Healy, who's run a couple of national records.
For Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, for Ireland. And Keely's shape, showed that those camps work. But I think the important thing is, just to think that Keely's specific situation was probably kind of just massive bad luck, just a freak of nature. Me and Trevor's already looked at, we've done a post-mortem to say, have we done anything wrong? Did we test things too early? Did we get in shape too early? Did we make any mistakes? Have we took risks? And we really are very confident that we didn't. So I think it's just a case of carrying on, working hard, following our process. We know it works.
And for you, how's the evolution of M11 Track Club been generally? And have you noticed any changes that you guys have made in the last, let's say, 2 years, which now have come to fruition, both on and off the track?
Yeah, it is an evolution, which is great. And Trevor is the master plan, behind the operations. Trevor's the one who does all the programming, makes all the decisions about the physical side of it. But I think definitely as we've had better athletes who's joined the group, it's needed more and more of my time to assist Trevor. And I've give up a lot of other things that I did, and I've really obviously put myself, full time with the group. And I think teams are a really big part of where the sport is going. When I competed, there was me and Trevor, and I had some training partners. And Keely very much started like that out with us maybe 5 years or so ago. But teams are really important. So, for Keely to have world-class women to run against, Georgia the same, all our athletes. We've now really started like a male project. We've got Benjamin Robert, Ethan Hussey, and we're just really looking forward to testing ourselves to see whether we can do as well with the boys as well as the girls. We've always, for some reason, just had more females in the group than males. But yeah, I think they all really get success from seeing each other be successful. So Georgia talks about when Keely won that Olympic title, she's like, right, well, I'm getting a medal now I see my teammate do it. And the same with Georgia's victory last week in New York. That's definitely made other people in the group think, hey, I've done the same training as her, I can do it too. So it's really good that we've got this pipeline and real development strategy as part of our group. But I do think if you do look, especially in endurance events, you can see that there's lots of teams developing all around the world. And I do think the way the sport is going, to be one of the best in the world, you do need that team, you need world-class teammates, you need professional coaches, and just really fortunate that Trevor and I are in this space in our lives where we can devote ourselves to it, and we've got some great athletes to work with.